And 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Hey, we're having a good day. We're back at Radio Center for today. Looks like we'll finish the week off this week with appearances here. And then beginning next week, we'll be back on the road again. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through the broadcast today and also tomorrow. Revving up out there, it's right now 80 degrees here at Radio Center. Over at MBS International, 80 degrees. Downtown Midland is 79. Downtown Bay City is 80. We do have a northwest breeze about 5 miles per hour, but it's not really helping a lot. But it's summertime, right? 64% is our humidity. So the humidity is down just a little bit from what it was yesterday. Yesterday turned out to be pretty sticky when we were down at St. John's at Agro Expo, but it didn't hold back a lot of the folks that did show up over that 2-day show. We'll have a lot more on that over the next few days, just to reflect back on it and to talk a little bit more about some of the field days and some of the events coming up within the next week or so. A little bit later on, we plan on talking to Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. They've got some field days coming up. We want to talk about those. The Beaten Bean Day, that's going to be next Tuesday out at the Saginaw Valley Research Farm. Strange as it may seem to me, but reflecting back in my entire radio career, last year was the first year ever that I did not go to a county fair. And we started way back in 1965 working in high school up at the Bad Axe radio station and going to the Huron County Fair each and every year. So very unusual year last year, and we're catching up this year, not only going to all the county fairs, but seeing record-breaking crowds at many of them. And that's what's going on up in Ogemaw right now, the West Branch Ogemaw County Fair and the Midland County Fair. Ogemaw, I believe they came close to record-breaking attendance on opening day, and lots of people have been going up there to see that fair. So hopefully you can make it to a county fair this week. There's still plenty of them to go. Barometric pressure right now is dropping off at 30.11. We're experiencing mostly high pressure. The high that's influencing our weather, though, is a little bit weaker. And as a result, even though it is right overhead, it's still a little bit lower barometer than what we normally would have. A little bit later on this afternoon, the unsettled air could possibly generate a spotty sprinkle here and there, but we're not really anticipating much of anything here in the Great Lakes Bay region. And I think the best chance of any precipitation is going to be in southern Michigan. But once again, it is going to be extremely spotty. Land mass, we're talking less than 10% of the entire land mass in the lower peninsula. And if, as I said, it occurs, it's going to be in southern Michigan. 86, 87 degrees for a high today, 68 for a low tonight with clear skies. Sun will set this evening at 8:33, rise tomorrow morning at 6:47. When it comes to wind speeds, wind direction, tomorrow it'll be out of the northeast, but under 5 miles per hour. So once again, very light wind. And tomorrow is going to be a real sunny day. We're not anticipating much of anything in the way of smoke in the upper air. As a result, that sun is going to be very intense. 90 degrees is what I think we're going to hit tomorrow. A low of 70, high pressure right overhead. Saturday, if we don't hit 90 on Friday, we'll hit it on Saturday, partly sunny. It looks like overnight Saturday night and early Sunday morning, a frontal system, pretty weak, is going to be moving across the state, so there will be a chance of seeing an isolated shower there. I think the best chance is going to be well after midnight on Saturday night and the morning hours on Sunday. Sunday's not going to be a washout at all. Partly cloudy skies for a good part of the day there, and once again, We're going to be looking at temperatures pretty close to 90 degrees. Long range outlook to take us through the first. Now we're going to see a little bit of a change as far as our temperatures go. Next week, I think we're going to be running above average. But then the last few days, the weekend, the final weekend of August and the first few days of September, we're actually going to be looking at a little bit below average on the temperatures. But average is 80 and 59 at night. So mid 70s is below average. And I think that's probably where we're going to gravitate to as we approach the Labor Day holiday. But again, as far as winds are concerned, you got any spraying, you got any outdoor activity that you need to have pretty calm winds, I think you're pretty safe for the next several days. 8:33 is sunset tonight. 6:47 is sunrise tomorrow morning. That's a look at the weather. Rick Hollister is standing by. At least he's trying to pick himself off the ground. We'll talk to him in just a moment as far as those markets go. Yeah, I'm going to put him on. And yeah, he's going to disavow everything that's happening if that's any indication of what the markets are doing. Hold on. He comes along in a moment, but first we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sar Crop Insurance Agency. They want you to be ready to take advantage of the good things and protect yourself against the bad. Michael Sar Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. And now is the time to be talking to them. Their agents can be reached directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office right in downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sar Crop Insurance Agency. Well, Rick Hollister, what do you think?
Terry, it's one of those please don't shoot the messenger days, I'm afraid, at the Chicago Board of Trade. Corn at the moment is down 13, soybeans down 34 to 35, wheat down 15 or 16, kind of led by soybean oil down $0.015 a pound. So two things that we're responding to today. The rally that we staged after last week's USDA report had sort of run out of gas the last couple of days, which sort of chopped sideways, got up against some resistance on the charts and has stalled out. But the Pro Farmer Tour in Iowa is finding bigger yields than what the USDA is using, and bigger yields than was sort of expected. It's surprisingly positive for yields, which is not positive for prices. So that's one thing. The really big deal today, though, is that the dollar is extremely strong, making new highs for this summer. The outside markets are responding to it. We call the outside markets the energy markets, the metal markets, all sharply lower today. West Texas crude actually at its lowest levels in a couple of months again, down $2.50 a barrel today. So that oil market, that energy market does pull on the soybean oil market as well. So between the two, between finding better yields than expected and the outside markets, with the dollar strength, in theory being that it will hurt our export ability when the dollar is strong, it makes our grain prices higher around the world. And we already missed a wheat tender that we probably should have been in line to fill here earlier this week. that we missed, and we were just not competitive in our offer with U.S. prices. So all that together, we are just sharply lower today. Whether we can close this low or not, but sharply lower at the moment, and actually making new lows with corn down 14 now. So
what have we got on the board right now, Rick?
Corn over at Hemlock is at $6.34 for old crop. New crop still hanging on to $5. We're at $5.10. Soybeans for old crop at $13.08. New crop beans at $12.73. The old crop red wheat at $6.82. New crop red $6.78. The old crop white wheat $6.82 also, and the new crop white wheat for next summer delivery at $6.83.
Rick Hollister, we appreciate your honesty. There's got to be better days, but quite frankly, I mean, yesterday in talking to some of the farmers, they walk up and say, well, how much higher is it going to go? How much higher is it going to go? And I was like, I hope you're positioned all right now, because I really can't see it. And now today, here we go. And I'm afraid we're going to get a lot more reports like this.
Well, you do wonder, and growers really need to look at if maybe last week's USDA report was the lowest yield estimates that we'll see for the year. If that's the way it turns out, then we're going to have a really hard time staging much of a rally as we go into harvest. We really need to continue to see soybean sales for export, and we need to get back in gear selling some corn. If that doesn't happen, then I'm pretty confident we will drift lower here, no matter what the outside markets are doing.
Have a great day, Rick. We'll talk to you again. All right.
You as well, Terry. Thank you.
Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth. Over to Oppenheimer, we go with Doug Klein. Market report brought to you by Hudson Inc., formerly Bader & Sons Company, and D&G Equipment. They're offering John Deere agriculture, lawn and garden, and construction equipment. Look for Hudson at a fair near you. To learn more, click on HudsonInc.com or call the store nearest you. Okie dokie, Doug. Well, kind of a crazy day in Chicago once again, huh?
A little bit. Dollar's higher. You know, that was the warning that's been going off for 3 days now. So whatever. It's a shot across the bow. We'll see how the next shot goes. Of course, you got the Fed coming, in 2 weeks in Jackson Hole, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to keep the dollar from going higher, talk it down, talk about interest rates, talk about printing more money, whatever it takes. So, but that's 2 weeks away. We got to deal with today. So here's your numbers. September corn is 5.53 3/4, down 8 cents. The December corn 5.54 1/2, down 10 1/2. September soybeans 13.25 1/4, down 33 cents. The November soybeans 13.20 1/4, down also 33. September wheat is 7.26 1/2, down 10 3/4, and December wheat 7.41 1/4, down 10 cents. Crude oil, again, taking a pounding, 62.56, down 2.65 a barrel. Heating oil, 195.50, down 7 cents. Gasoline, 205.93, down 8.5 cents. Natural gas, 377 1/2, down 9 cents. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you $1.2733 at the border. That's up 128 ticks. The yen is at 109.70, down 4 ticks. The euro is at 116.93, down 17 ticks. The dollar's at 93.44, up 30 1/2 ticks. Gold is pretty flat, 1781.80, down 20 cents. Silver's at 23.23, down 19 1/4 cents. Platinum's the thinnest traded, so it's taken the biggest beating. 965.50, it's down $31.
Okay.
Again, watch the rest of the day. See how tomorrow is.
Yep.
Friday tomorrow. They can't hurt us on the weekend, right?
No, on the weekend, but come Monday morning, boy, hang on. Doug, have a good one, all right?
Okay, you too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Just give them a call today for a quote. They buy local beans, process local beans, and market local Exceller Meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your herd. Quality roasting of Reese. Along with me, Ed Garber over at Nutrient Ag Solutions. Ed, what are farmers telling you these days? What's going on out in the field?
Hey, Terry. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Good. There's a lot going on in the field, actually. Every morning when you come out, a lot of people are probably noticing fog, right? Fog, high humidity, lots of moisture. So we've got white mold showing up, pretty prevalent. We've got tar spot exploding pretty much all over the state. And sudden deaths showing up. There's just a lot of things going on. And, some of the things you can't do anything about it. But I guess one thing I'd like to call attention to today would be the tar spot situation. A lot of fields, it's on the ear leaf now, and there's still time to control that. There's no good preventative, and there's no completely stopping it. But, we got a good crop set up out there, and we can protect some yield and most of all standability this fall. So that's kind of high on our radar right now.
I guess that's the key. We do have a pretty good looking crop, the corn especially, and some producers have got some good looking soybeans out there.
Oh, absolutely. We've been doing tours this week. We've been to the thumb of Michigan, to the west side of the state and down south, and a lot of good looking beans, a lot of good looking corn. And, I guess one thing we're just wanting to remind our customers and our growers and our crop consultants is, get in the field, take a look at them. Most things look great at 55 mile an hour today, but just remember the spring we had, right? It was dry. We had emergence issues. Then we had a frost. There's just the crop went through a lot early. So yields may not be quite as good as expected. And even though they look really good from the pickup windshield.
All right. Good advice. Ed Garber, thanks a lot for sharing. We'll talk to you again. All righty.
Terry, thanks. You have a good day as well.
You betcha. When we return, Jerry Samolsky will be joining us. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. Steiner Tractor Parts, they're ready to take care of you, whatever you need for that old tractor. It is kind of difficult to find parts these days for a lot of things. But new parts for old tractors, Steiner can do it. 800-234-3280 or go online, steinertractor.com. Jerry Samolsky, the plant of the week. What is it?
Terry, it's a workhorse. It's Norway spruce. We've got a lot of problems with some of the Colorado spruce, and even the white spruce are having some issues. But Norway spruce is a good disease-resistant plant. It's a large grower, fast grower, gets about 60, 80 feet tall, so it's a big guy, and maybe up to 30 feet wide. So they cover a lot of area, they screen well. But also in the Norway spruce, we've got weeping Norway spruce, which is more of an ornamental. We've got columnar Norway spruce, and the variety we handle is Cupressina. And then also part of Norway spruce are the bird's nest spruce, and they're quite compact, small. I would suggest a 30-year-old plant unpruned might only be about maybe 3 feet high and maybe 6 feet wide. So nice dwarf plants. Norway spruce, a lot of different varieties in there. Again, all disease resistant. Yeah, they might have a mite problem here or there, but just really not so bad at all. Great plants. Everybody should have at least 100.
On how big of a square foot? 100 or two, right, Jerry? And we can.
That's right.
And we can see a pretty good selection because you've probably got 100. Whereabouts are you located, Jerry?
Yeah, we're out in Essexville, just east of Bay City in lovely Hampton Township on Bowtel Road, and you can look us up at www.baylandscaping.net. And you can find us on Bowtel Road very easily. So we're here till 5 o'clock weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays.
Jerry Samolsky, thanks a lot. Have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Joe Kramer joining us in a moment.
For 33 years, the Bader family has been proud to be your local John Deere dealer. Starting in central Michigan and growing to 10 stores from southeast Michigan to the bridge, we are happy to announce the transition to another great organization. Going forward, Hudson Inc. will continue to provide the John Deere experience you can rely on for parts, service, and sales. The Bader family thanks you for all your business and wishes Hudson Inc. the very best.
Joe Kramer's got a lot of things going on. Joe, especially next week, we're kicking off things with the Bean and Beat Day. That's August the 24th at the Research Center. And I know that you've got a lot on the agenda after that.
We do, Terry. It feels almost like harvest season when you get into some of the field days that take place and the plot tours. And you're right, that kicks off Tuesday, 8 a.m. at the Research Farm there in Richville. Sugar Beets, Michigan Sugar Company, Michigan Bean Commission, and MSU are partnering to put on a field day. It wraps up with lunch. There's 6 RUP credits available for the folks that can attend. And just a lot of stuff to look at going on the farm, and anxious to get that day underway.
Now, as far as around, over about a 10-day period, there's going to be some field days out there?
That's right. They all start at 6 p.m. They're all worth 4 RUP credits. We start on the 25th over in Montcalm County. We move to Bay County on the 26th. We're in Tuscola County on the 30th, Sanilac County on the 1st, and we wrap up in Huron County on the 2nd. So 6 p.m. All the details are on the website for plot locations. We've got a nice meal, and we'll have a little market update at each one of those tours.
Well, we look forward to seeing you and a couple other folks at the Bean and Beat Day next Tuesday. Joe Kramer, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quoizel and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Over to Baird we go. Steve Anderson joining me right now. Steve, what's going on in New York?
Well, we got quite a bit going on here. Right this particular second, we have... Sorry about that. I punched a button while you were on hold there.
Okay.
All righty, here we go. This is a little better. Right now we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 34,948. That puts it down 13 points, volume of 375 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 70, putting it at 14,596 with a volume of 375 million shares. Locally, we have DuPont at 73 and a quarter, down 66. Dow 60.74, down 116. Corteva 43.01. That one is down 93. CMS is ahead by 15 at 63.97. Home Depot 322.96, up 141. Walmart 150.28, up 118. Deere 360.55, down 11.06. We've got Ford at 12.72, down 28. AT&T 27.67, down 17. GM 49.23, down 151. Facebook's 356.81. That one's up 139. And that about does it. So we've got kind of a mixed bag of nuts here for you today, Terry.
Yeah, it sounds that way. Steve Anderson, thank you. You have a good day, okay?
I will. You do the same, sir.
Will do. Steve Anderson over at Baird and Company. Let Foster Blue Water Oil take your diesel to another level. You will get more power, cleaner injectors, maximum lubricity, year-round protection, and up to 8% improved fuel economy with Diesel Guard Supreme Plus from Valve Tech Petroleum. Available today at Foster Blue Water Oil. Get more information by going to fosterbluewateroil.com. Between the Rows Tour, Michigan corn growers, they're inviting corn farmers and their families to attend one of them near you. A couple of them in our immediate broadcast area next Tuesday at Bauer Farms, beginning at 6 p.m. in the Reese area. And the next day, the Murawski Farms up in Port Austin. That's Wednesday, August the 25th. For more information, just go to micorn.org. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Find out more about what they can do for you by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. The Pentagon says it's pushing ahead with the effort to get Americans and others out of Afghanistan. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The U.S. military has evacuated 7,000 people so far, and with more planes coming in and more gates secured.
We intend to maximize each plane's capacity. We're prioritizing people above all else.